Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I really hope you're all doing okay and having a great day and an amazing week. My name is Effy and today we are testing Rimmel. Now Rimmel is a brand, I don't know where they're based, I think it's the UK but I'm not sure. You can get them in Boots and Superdrug here in the UK. I'm not sure what other countries sell Rimmel, so let me know down in the comment section what country you're from and whether or not you can get Rimmel in your country because I'm very interested to find out. So I have done a full face. It is a full face, although two of the products I already owned. They're not new. I already know what I think about them. The rest are all first impressions. I've also tested some new brushes in this video. These are by a brand called B.U.BEAUTY. I will leave them linked down below. I was very kindly added to their PR list. First PR list I've ever been added to, so what? And they very kindly sent over all of their brushes. They have a face set and an eye set. You can use the code Effy to get 15% off. I get nothing from it. It's not an affiliate code. It's simply just so that you can get money off. And I've been testing these throughout the video, so if you're interested in hearing my thoughts on them, please do just keep on watching, as well as all my thoughts on Rimmel. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you like my content, please consider subscribing. I put up 2 videos a week and it is all makeup content, so if that sounds like your type of thing, then this is the place for you. Also, I have loads of makeup testing videos coming to you, so if you enjoy watching me test makeup, then this is definitely the place for you. But other than that, I will let you enjoy the video. So starting with primer, and I've got the Lasting Finish Primer, Day Proof Primer, French words, Skin Perfecting. Let's give this one a go. Oh, it's blue. Wasn't expecting that. Okay, so I'm just reading the claims of this primer and it does say it extends the wear of foundation. I'm not doing a wear test today, I'm sorry. I am planning to do more wear tests over on my TikTok, so feel free to follow me over there. It's just at Effys_place, and hopefully there'll be some TikToks up soon testing this foundation and primer. It says ultra lightweight formula, which I definitely agree with. It feels like I have absolutely nothing on my skin. It says it is to minimise the appearance of pores and even skin tone whilst providing endless comfort. Can be worn alone or under or over makeup to extend wear. Over makeup? I don't think so. My pores kind of look the same as they normally do. I guess the real test will be when I put foundation over it. My skin does feel smoother. It's not particularly tacky, it's not got that tacky feeling to it, but it's also not completely a silicone-y feeling. Let's see how foundation goes on top of it. I've got the Lasting Finish 25-hour Boost Hydration, the one with the red cap. Rimmel has a red cap, a blue cap and an orange cap. I have used the orange cap before. I used to use it when I was much younger. It was orange foundation, let alone orange cap. I didn't enjoy that, but it was the one I used to use when I was younger and didn't know any better. So let's go ahead and put this on my face. I'm going to do half with a sponge and half with a brush, and I am testing some new brushes today. These are the brushes. They were very kindly sent to me, and I have some eye brushes as well. They're by the brand B.U.BEAUTY. They're over on Instagram. I will leave their Instagram link down below. I'll also leave their shop link down below. They are hypoallergenic, vegan, cruelty-free, all the good things you would want, and they look so elegant. I don't know a better word. And they are super soft, and they have a foundation brush, so I'll be using this on the other half of my face. Okay, so I've got 2 pumps on my brush. The foundation has a smell to it. I'm quite liking how it looks. It actually looks like a really good match to my neck. The foundation itself, it is a little bit more matte. It is drying down on my skin. It feels pretty lightweight. It's not got full coverage because I have this terrible spot situation going on over here, and you can definitely still see it. Like I said, I've got a bit of like pilling and balling up going on this cheek. Not drastically. I'm not really sure what's causing it though. But yeah, overall I look fine. I can still see my pores, so don't know how well the primer did on that. In terms of which side I prefer, I actually kind of prefer the brush side, just because I've got something going on this side. Not sure what. There's just like little bits of, it looks like balled up foundation on this side. I'm not really sure what's going on. So I do actually prefer the brush, and also good thing about this brush is it's super small. Like, it's smaller than most of my other foundation brushes, so you can really like get in around your nose and eyes and things like that. I wonder if this foundation is buildable. I'm just going to try adding a little bit more with my brush and see if that helps. Definitely helped. I do think I've got a little bit more coverage now. Yeah, it's not a bad foundation. The smell is quite strong though, that's one thing I am noticing. Let's put a little bit of concealer on. I've got the Multitasker Concealer. It says it's full coverage, and the shade I've got is 010 Porcelain. It's kind of giving me Shape Tape vibes. Anybody else? I don't have Shape Tape by Tarte, so I've never tried it, but the packaging's kind of giving me that vibe. Let's give this a go. I really like this concealer. First of all, it's blended out so nicely. Like, I used one dip and I've probably got a little bit too much on. Second of all, it's super pale. It's brightened my under eyes so nicely. Third, it's super thin in its formula, so it feels like there's nothing extra on my face. It actually feels quite nice and refreshing. It's not creasing too much. My under eyes always crease, so that's on me, not the concealer. But overall, I really like this concealer. I prefer the concealer to the foundation at the moment. I think it's really nice and super brightening. It's good to know that they have such pale shades. I would hope that they also have super dark shades for darker skin tones. But right now, I'm really enjoying the concealer. For powder, I've got nothing new. I just love this one. This is the Stay Matte Pressed Powder. All the writing on the top is rubbed off. I have hit pan on it. Isn't that great? This is in 01 Transparent. I have also used their loose powder, the one with the blue lid. I had that ages ago, and from what I remember, I quite liked it, so that one gets a thumbs up from me too. But this is my tried and true favourite. I take this with me everywhere. If I'm going to work in the office for the day, I take this with me so I can touch up throughout the day. This is my favourite pressed powder. B.U.BEAUTY also has a setting brush. It is a small one. I might use this for under my eyes, around my nose, and then just use one of my bigger brushes for the rest of my face. But I like how small it is. This would be great for taking to work with me, for just touching up those areas that need it. All nice and set. I already know that I absolutely love this powder. I think it's genuinely one of the best pressed powders you can get in the drugstore. It's a firm favourite. It has been for a lot of people for a very long time, and I still love it. And if this were to run out, I mean, I'm starting to get quite a hefty pan in there, I'd probably repurchase it just because I've always had this in my collection. This is actually like my second or third one of these. I've always had it in my collection. I probably will always have it in my collection forevermore. Blush, and we've got the Maxi Blush Powder Blush in the shade 001 Third Base. They didn't have many blush shades in my Superdrug. They only had 3, and this one looked like the best option for me. I think this is a very me shade. It's got a little bit of shimmer in it, I think, but not a lot, which I quite like. I prefer a matte blush, so let's give this one a go. B.U.BEAUTY also has a blush brush. This is much bigger than my normal blush brushes, but I actually think this could work quite well. Because I like to do quite a big area of blush, I think this will work really well. It's super soft. I quite like this. It's not the shade I was expecting. I'm not sure. It's a little bit more peachy than I was expecting, although kind of does match the blush. I don't know what I was thinking, but I quite like it. Again, it's a very natural sort of sunburn type colour for me. The brush I'm loving because it's giving a very diffused look. It's not concentrating it too heavy. Sometimes I prefer a heavier blush, and I have other brushes that can do that, and this brush would probably do it as well. Maybe it's this blush just isn't as pigmented, which I quite like in an everyday blush. I actually really like this shade on me. And I like that it's got a little bit of a glow, but not too much, because the glow seems to be almost like a golden glow, which is very, very nice, along with the peachy blush. I like it. This could be a new favourite blush. For bronzer, we have the natural bronzer in the shade 01 Sunlight. They did have another shade that didn't have any shimmer to it, but I think this one has a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of a sheen to it. It looks quite nice. It looks like a very warm bronzer, but let's give this a go. And for brushes, B.U.BEAUTY has a contour brush and a precision contour brush. I do like to do my nose, so this will definitely come in handy. This is a lot smaller than the bronzer brushes I normally use, and I guess it would be amazing for contour, but I don't normally contour. I might give this a little bit of a go just around my hairline, but it's not made for bronzing, it's made for contouring, and so it's not the brush's fault if it doesn't work. Okay, I actually think the brush did a really good job. It's actually quite good at getting just on your cheekbones, even though it's designed to get just under your cheekbones. It works quite well, and it's also good at getting right in that hairline, especially around this side of my face. It's not a very big area, and I don't want my bronzer coming all the way into my eyes, so this brush definitely helps with that. Let's give this one a go. I definitely think this is the wrong shade for contouring my nose. Okay, I actually think the bronzer worked really well. Both of the brushes worked really well as well. They are so soft and really good. The precision one, perfect for nose contour. Love that. The bronzer is warmer, but I have a very warm bronzer by Collection, and that's not my favourite, but I actually think this one's quite nice. I think the difference is it's gone for like a yellow tone as opposed to a red tone. I just think the yellow tone works a lot better. It sort of warms me up in a softer way, which is what I need. My forehead is having a nightmare. I've got this sort of spot coming through right in the centre, which is annoying me. And the foundation's looking a little bit dry. Overall, the foundation right now is looking a little bit textured. For highlight, we have the Highlight Buttery Soft Highlighting Powder in the shade 001 Stardust. This is the lightest shade they do, and I'm worried it might be a little bit dark, but let's give it a go. And the final brush in the B.U.BEAUTY face set is the highlighter brush. This is a bit bigger than my normal highlighting brush, but it's got that sort of tapered shape to it. I'll give it a go, but I'm worried it might be a little bit too big. If I weren't to use this for highlighting, I'd probably use it for setting my under eyes or around my nose and things like that. Basically what I used that powder brush for earlier. So this would be a great version of that. I like the colour. Is it giving me a cast? I don't think so. I don't think it's giving me a cast, which is good. I really like the shade. It's a really nice level of shine. I know that sounds ridiculous, where it's glowy and it's nice, but I don't think it's too intense. It doesn't look like a stripe of metallic. It's not glittery, which is a good thing. I love the colour, it's very natural. I will say it is showing up texture on my skin, but that's fine. Skin has texture. I really like it. I'm going to just run a little bit down my nose as well. Yeah, I really like that. It has gone a little bit powdery in the pan. There's like specks of it all around. That's fine with me. I actually think this is really nice. I don't know how many shades they do of this. Probably not that many, which I find really odd because they are a big company. They can afford to do quite a few shades. But this one's quite nice for my skin tone. Now for the fun part, let's zoom you in and do a bit of eyes. I don't have an eye primer from Rimmel, however I always use an eye primer, so I'm going to use one like I normally would anyway. I'm going to use the Beauty Bay Eye Base in shade 2. And I've just noticed you can definitely see the highlighter on my nose in terms of like it's giving me a cast on my nose. That's not good. And this is the eyeshadow palette I've got. It is the Magnifies Spice Edition. It does come with a little brush that doesn't look completely terrible. These sponge applicators are pretty good for applying shimmer, and it's also got a really tiny brush at the other end, which actually feels quite soft. It would be really good for doing like crease work, but it is really tiny, so I'm not going to use it today. I do actually have the eye set from B.U.BEAUTY, so I'm going to be dipping into these. I'm going to do a super simple eye look. I will show you what shades I'm using, but I'm going to speed it up just because I'm not going to be able to do anything particularly creative with this palette. And I will be using these brushes. They have a crease blend, a universal base, a precise shadow, a precise detail, eyeliner and brows, precision liner and brow and lash spoolie. Probably going to be sticking to these three here for today's look, but I'll definitely make use out of all of them. Super simple eye look, but I actually really like it. The shades were far more pigmented than I expected them to be. They worked really well. I did have to wet that second shimmer shade that's on my like inner third of my eye, but overall I really like this. I really like that they've got a shimmery white because that's a great inner corner shade for me, but this shade would also probably work as an inner corner. The only thing I wish they did differently is they have this sort of purple tone here. I kind of wish they'd just put a black in instead of that, but that's fine. Overall, I think it's a really good palette. I wasn't very interested in any of the other colourways. I feel like they did have a pinky berry toned version of this, and I feel like I would have enjoyed that one more. But this one works really well. This would work for everyday, office appropriate sort of eye looks. I really like it. And if you are looking for an everyday palette, this is actually quite a good one from the drugstore. So I'm quickly going to go off camera and catch up the other eye, and then we'll do mascara and brows and all that stuff. Both eyes are done. We're looking a little bit more symmetrical. The brushes worked really well. They're very fluffy, very soft on the eyes. I kind of wish there was a bigger flat brush so I could do shimmers a bit quicker, but this works really well. I did also use this one on my second eye. These work really nice, very soft, blended beautifully. Overall, I'm really happy with this eye look. It's definitely something I would wear on the everyday. It's something I would wear to work. It's very bronzy, which is where I like to sit when it comes to browns. I don't like straight up browns. I like either bronzy browns or neutrally golden type browns. This is really nice. The shimmers worked well enough. Like I said, I did have to wet one of them, and I imagine wetting all of them would help them. Overall, this is really good. I'm going to do brows first and then mascara. So for brows I have this. It is the Brow Pro Micro Ultra Fine Precision Brow Pencil in the shade 001 Blonde. It does come with a spoolie on one end and then just a micro precision brow pencil on the other. So let's give this a go. I've done one brow. I kind of think I like it. I'm not too sure. I think the colour might be slightly too light for me maybe, which is weird because I am blonde and typically you can't find blonde shades light enough. The tail of my brow isn't looking great. I really need to reshave my brows. Overall, I think it's quite good. I didn't even notice it going on the skin at first because it is just such a light shade, but actually I think it works quite well. Also, the pencil itself is not too creamy, so it's not wearing down super quickly, but it's also not too hard that I'm having to like really dig into my skin. Yeah, I quite like this. I will say I don't quite think it's as precise as some other brow pencils I've used, but overall it's pretty good. Yeah, I don't think it's going to become my favourite anytime soon. I still think if you're looking for a really good cheap brow pencil, pick up the MUA brow pencil, and that one's really good. But this one would work and it's going to get used in my collection. For mascara, I have already used this one. I didn't fancy buying another mascara because if you didn't know, I'm no longer testing mascaras until I've used up some of the ones I have, because they can't be passed on to anybody and I don't like wasting them. So this is one I've already used. It is the Rimmel Wonderful Waterproof Mascara with Arganol. I have also tried the non-waterproof version of this and I quite like it. It's not my favourite. When I had the other one, I used to use it in combination with a L'Oreal mascara, I think, and that worked quite well. But it works nicely. It is waterproof. I have worn it and cried. I was at a funeral, it's not just every day. And yeah, let's put this on. Okay, so mascara on. I quite like it. I have got a little dot under my eye, we'll fix that. It's a decent enough mascara, but I feel like I only say that because it's waterproof and it's the only waterproof mascara I have in my collection. Actually, I have another one, but I don't like the other one. What I tend to do with this is put on a mascara that I like, and if I want that mascara to be waterproof, I just put a very light layer of this over the top of it, because this doesn't do much to my lashes on its own. You can probably tell it's not doing much. It pretty much just coats them black. It doesn't give them any lift, any curl, any length, any volume, nothing. It's not that good on its own. And for lips, I have the Stay Matte Liquid Lip Colour in the shade 820 Heartbeat. Don't know how well this is going to go with the eye look. When does it ever go with the eye look, let's be honest. But it is a very nice me colour. I did pick this up in like a beauty outlet store. So let's give it a go. Ooh. Okay, I'm kind of disappointed. First of all, the application is terrible. The applicator itself is sort of like a triangle shape, so you've got a flat side and then like a slanted side, and I don't think that works well because then on the flat side you've got quite a lot of product. Also, the brush is quite like fuzzy, so you don't get a precise line. I'm in love with the colour. It's sort of a pinky purple sort of shade. I would wear this every single day if I liked the applicator. Also, I think it's a little bit patchy. I'm hoping that as it dries down, it goes a bit less patchy. Oh, the application is terrible. I'm so sorry that I've applied it so badly. Like, can you see? Terrible. But I love the colour. Oh, that's so frustrating. I will try applying this more and see if I can get a bit used to it, because I do love the colour. The colour is stunning. It's perfect. It does have a scent to it, and I can still kind of smell it. I can't tell what scent it is. I think it's like a marzipan sort of scent. I'm not too sure. It does make my lips look dry. Like, you can see all of the creases in them. I'm not sure. Honestly, I think the only reason I like it is because of the colour, and realistically, it's not that great. Okay, so there we go. That is my full face of Rimmel. I think I'm looking alright. I would happily leave the house like this. I would probably tidy up the lipstick a little bit, but other than that, pretty okay. The primer I need to test more. The foundation isn't my favourite, probably need to test that more too. Concealer, really like. Powder, must have all-time favourite. Blush, really like. Bronzer, surprisingly, love. I don't get excited by bronzers ever. If you watch my collection videos, I just skipped over bronzers because I simply don't care about them. I really like this bronzer. I think the yellowy undertone has really helped and it looks so natural on my skin. So good to know that for future reference. The highlight, unfortunately, I think is slightly too dark for me. You can really see it on my nose, which isn't great. But on my cheeks it's not too bad, so maybe I can just use it on my cheeks. Eyeshadow, really enjoyed. Pretty basic, but works for every day. The brows, I actually really like. The more I look at them, the more I think it looks super natural, which is great. The mascara, not my favourite, but it is a good waterproof mascara if you're looking for one. The lip, love the colour. Not too sure on the applicator or the scent or the formula or anything like that, but I will continue to test it and hopefully I can figure out how best to use it. Also, the brushes I used, these have been so nice. My makeup looks really good. I think that I definitely need to test these with products that I know work well on my skin. I mean, obviously, if my foundation looks a bit weird, it's probably the foundation, not the brush. But I definitely am going to keep using these. These are incredible. I love that they are vegan and cruelty free and all that good stuff. All the packaging they use is recyclable. Overall, these are great. Thank you so much to B.U.BEAUTY for sending them over to me. They will be used a lot. You'll see them a lot in videos, and I will leave a link to them down below. Also, you can use the code Effy for 15% off their whole site. So there we go. But there we go, that is the full video. Let me know what you think of the look. Let me know if you've tested any Rimmel products and what you thought of them. Also, let me know if you can get Rimmel in your country, because I'm always interested in knowing that. But other than that, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you like my content, please consider subscribing. I put up 2 videos a week and it is always makeup content, so if that sounds like your type of thing, then this is the place for you. But I will let you go. Have a great day, an amazing week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.